Okay, so I wanted to post an update as far as what happened after I posted the video about how my car wouldn't start. So basically, what ended up happening is that there was a firefighter who happened to be listening to the radio transmission that I made between myself and the dispatcher, and he came out and he gave me a jump. And I didn't post much after that because I just wanted to get home, and I'm home safe. Everything's good. So there's actually a backstory to that. So while I'm doing the backstory, I'm actually going to open up this battle box and see what's in here. You know, kind of an unboxing-ish video. But basically, what ended up happening was that the dispatcher who was on duty at that time had heard something. She had heard something garbled, and she wasn't able to figure out. You know, she knew it was me, but she didn't know what was going on. And so she was trying to figure out, you know, she was going back through, listening to recordings, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, she ended up ultimately finding out that it was me and I was in trouble. I needed a jump start. But shout out to her again. She did a fantastic job. She was going back through, trying to figure out, you know, what I was saying. I just didn't have the right repeater. I just didn't have the right spot, you know, or the right time or whatever the case may be. But when I finally got a hold of her, she knew exactly what was going on. You know, she was able to get somebody out there. You know, ultimately a firefighter got there before somebody else to help me out, and I couldn't be happier. So I find out later on that she knew who I was, and she knew that something wasn't right, and she was trying to figure it out until I ended up getting to the right repeater. So what happened on my wife's end was that she came home and she was really kind of concerned that I wasn't there. You know, she was like, "Man, something's not going on." So she called me thinking that I had decided to go fishing. So she left me like 3 voicemails, progressively getting angrier and angrier. And so I ended up getting back into service and listening to them. Again, I didn't post because I was just too busy trying to get out of there, too busy trying to get my car battery to recharge. And but yeah, you know, the dispatcher knew that something wasn't right. She kept digging, and ultimately I ended up linking up with her. And my wife also realized that something wasn't right, and she actually came all the way back and tried to look for me, but she, you know, she just didn't come that far enough. You know, like I said, she knew something was up, but just didn't know what. So basically, you know, that's the end of the whole camping. You know, of the whole camping fall of 2022 videos that I just posted today, which is November 3rd. But I'm going to open this up. We're going to go through it, and we're going to see, you know, what all's in here. So I have a golden ticket with a chance to win big. Not a huge gambling person. Oh, cool! It's got a little bit of you know what's going on in here. I like that. I like that. So what we got in this one is Hiker Medic. Ooh. This goes with prepping. What you need to treat, you know, most minor injuries. So in here is sunscreen, lip balm, burn gel, alcohol wipes, a couple of fabric bandages, a couple of gauze pads, a couple of blister strips, some antibiotic ointment, a whistle, some electrolytes, some sting and bite relief, an emergency blanket, some paracord, some ibuprofen and some Benadryl, and a water purification tab. I am all about this. And this looks an awful lot like a big fire steel. And if you looked at my previous video, you know that I'm all about the fire steel. I really like that. And some Axe wax. Ooh, that smells like outdoors. So I think this is to put on your axe so that it stays away from or it keeps the moisture off of it. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let's see here. So it says coupon code on the front of this ticket is a one-time use code, so do not share. It is good till 12/31 of 2022. So I'm not gonna share it with you, but I'll go ahead and scratch it off away from everything. So no, it says try again, and 20% off the shop. So cool. Basically, we got some Axe wax to keep, let's see here what it says. Apply to warm wood, metal, or leather. This handmade wax blend contains only the finest of all natural and food-safe ingredients. We got the fire steel and the first aid kit, and I'm all about this first aid kit because if there's one thing that I keep saying, it's that you need to be self-sufficient. You need to be able to take care of yourself in the woods, right? So I would highly encourage anybody watching my channel to get more medical training. Again, I'm an ex-EMT, and I was a CLS person in the military, and I helped my medic. And medical training is a very, very, very important thing, and that comes down to what with being a police officer. You know, it's firearms training is super important. You know, obviously, but medical training I would say is on the same level. I deal with way more medical calls than I deal with, you know, obviously having to pull my gun. You know, that's just the way that it works. So if I can help out the EMTs, I do it. And I'll be honest, and I'm pretty proud of this. I have two CPR saves. You know, just you're going to run into more medical stuff than you're ever going to run into as far as, you know, guns ablazing and things like that. So man, I'll tell you what, get medical training. You know, watch YouTube videos, read a book, whatever the case may be. Just always keep training. And I said that earlier. You know, in this. You know, I'm all about training. Whatever you can get out of it. You know, go volunteer at your local ambulance. Go see what the doctors and the nurses at the hospital are willing to teach you. You know, there's always free training out there as far as first aid, how to apply tourniquets, how to stop bleeding. You know, all of it. But I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Scotch on the Rocks. I feel like this was one of the better ones that I've had. I feel like it wasn't as boring watching water boil. And like I said, I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and if I can help somebody out, if you have questions, feel free to leave a question in the comments. I'll try to help you out as best as I can. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and enjoy nature.